Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com, and I was bored, so I thought I'd do a match here with Jund Dredge. Keepable hand. We've got two Satyr Wayfinders, and I'm going to go ahead and just do an Overgrown Tomb. Anyway, I thought I'd just log on to Magic right before I go to bed tonight, and thought I might as well tape this one, as it's a pretty fun deck. This is the deck I've been brewing recently. Probably going to take this to the Pro PTQ in Vegas this weekend. We're up against a Hallowed Fountain deck. This should be a decent matchup for us, as we have a lot of value in everything. We do hit the perfect 3 cards with Satyr Wayfinder. We get a Rampager, a Troll, and a Deathrite Shaman in the bin. And next turn we'll be able to cast that Nemesis of Mortals for 2 mana. Well, not quite. For 3 mana. We will be able to cast it next turn. So we got the combo. Like, this is the perfect draw for Nemesis Immortals. A 5/5 on turn 2. Hopefully we'll put enough pressure on him. I mean, I could be running into an Essence Scatter, but really nothing else but a Syncopate would be a problem. So I'm just going to attack in here with the Satyr Wayfinder. I do need to find a red source for that Cerberus. And he could just Attention Sphere this Nemesis of Mortals. But if he does that, we have other cards. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this. Not bad. 3 mana for a 5/5. And this will make him actually use his mana this turn to D-Sphere and shock himself. So Nemesis of Mortals did 2 damage, because I'm pretty certain a D-Sphere is going to come down here. And if he does that, I might just Night Howler Bestow on a Satyr Wayfinder and beat down that way. No, okay, it's a Sky Knight. And I'm okay with that. It's going to be Esper Midrange that we're up against. So the first one worked, so maybe I'll just pop down a second one. Let's just go here with another Satyr Wayfinder. And we do not find any land here, but that's fine. I'm going to just go ahead and shock myself. And again, we might be running straight into a Detention Sphere. So maybe I'll just use this to Monstrosity, because my graveyard count is 5. Okay, I can't quite Monstrosity. I'm gonna go ahead and attack first with the Satyr. Get him down to a 16, and I am going to cast another one. Or do I wait? I'm going to cast another one. This is going to force him to Supreme Verdict this turn. And shock himself again, most likely. So it might be overextending a little bit, but Night Howler comes out. If not, if he does Supreme Verdict here. And if he doesn't Supreme Verdict, man, he is staring down some major damage. But most likely, it's going to be a Supreme Verdict or a Detention Sphere, or just a Zathra Necromancer. I'm cool with that. And he does not attack, so yeah, we can just go ahead and swing in with everything here. And he's got a block, because I can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, I can Monstrous one of them. Okay, yeah, that's definitely worth it too. Monstrous. Down to a 6. And he does get a 2/2. But at this point, staring down a 10/10 and a 5/5 is pretty rough. And now he doesn't get value out of both his guys getting Supreme Verdict. He will just get a zombie back if he decides to go that route. But if he attacks here, I know he's got the Detention Sphere. He does not. Alright, so let's draw just a red off the top here and win, maybe? No. Okay, I think, again, I'll just attack in with these guys, and they will get blocked. Or one of them might get Azorius Charmed. We'll see. I mean, he might just end up blocking the Mutavault at this point. But unfortunately, yeah, we did not get that red source. A lot of times this Satyr Wayfinder is great for fixing your land, and then Blood would have been a finisher here. I'd hate to lose this game with him at 1, but we are very far ahead at this point. I mean, he still does have 5 cards in his hand, and he's beaten us with lands. So I mean, stabilizing is huge, but a card like Cerberus is pretty big. Okay, so the other one's gonna get Azorius Charmed. Ultimate priced, okay. Fair enough. But he's gonna get another zombie here. And I think I will just chuck down a Night Howler, which is gonna be pretty large. Yeah, 9/9 will give me another target to actually utilize with blood. And I got one more mana for the Shadowborn Demon. That'll be able to take care of most things. Another Zacrid Necromancer. Okay, come on, draw that red source to finish this game. How about that? But now I can attack him with both again, which I do think is the play. Which he's going to block with one of the Zacrid Necromancers. No, just going to throw some zombies in the way. And at this point, I don't want to run into Supreme Verdict. I think that this is fine, as I don't think he's going to be able to attack him with much here. Precinct Captain keeps dropping the humans. So he tops a Supreme Verdict. I could be in a bit of a pickle. If I top into a red, it's over. And there's Satyr Wayfinder. You're going to find me a red, right? Out of 4 cards? You're going to find me a black. What a jerk. Okay. Again, I do believe it's just to get in here with both of them. And he's going to ultimate price off a Night Howler now. He's going to far back a Night Howler. Which gets him 2 zombies here. How annoying are these Zacrid Necromancers? Yeah, and I will shock myself. Throw it back out. So another reason why Lalatrol is so great in this deck is bestowing a Lalatrol on a Night Howler. Farah is definitely not going to do it. It's going to be annoying drawing all these cards. And I could just get beat down because I can't draw a way to finish it. But it's just 1 red. There it is. Finally, we get that red source. And this is why I like this Jund version. It takes away stalemates. So we can just blood. And he has no response to this. Kaboom. Alright, so against his deck, we're going to bring in the Skoos for sure. And we're going to bring in the Golgari Charms and the Abrupt Decays. I do believe a Golgari Charm's worth it just for the Detention Spheres and the 2/1s. Crypt Incursion I could bring in. Lifebane Zombies are absolutely coming in. I'm thinking about running these main board. Now cards I don't like. I don't like the Desecration Demon in this matchup. Or I do like the Shadowborn Demon to a point, but I'm thinking bringing this other removal. We don't have enough room for it. Now, Night Howlers are great, Satyr Wayfinders are great, Nemesis Immortals is great. Cerberus is something, even though it does have evasion, it's something I do not want in this matchup. And as well as, now that I brought in the Abrupt Decays, I might just go down to a 1 of Flesh Blood. I'm thinking Whip of Erebos doesn't need to come in either. And nor do the Crypt Incursions. So it's still 5 cards have to come out. I'm going to take out the Grizzly Salvages, as we don't need to fix as badly with Cerberus. We don't need to hit that 4 and 5 land drops that we cited out. And in that case, I can actually go down a Blood Crypt, I believe, as well, and go 21 lands. But I'm actually going to keep it in, and we're going to take out a 1 of... In all honesty, with all the Flesh Bloods and whatnot, or not the Flesh Bloods, the Ultimate Prices and Far and Aways, I actually don't like the Goreclan Rampagers. I'm just going to go with a 1 of Goreclan Rampager. And now I can actually think about bringing back in like Desecration Demon or Whip. And I'm thinking Whip in this matchup might be a little bit more powerful. And do I need a way to take care of... I mean, Blood Baron comes in. I'm going to just bring in a one of Grizzly Salvage and see how well this performs. Again, this deck is going to take a lot of testing. This is definitely... Do you know what? I'm going to keep this hand. If I draw into any sort of my own mill, it becomes very powerful with the Deathrite Shaman. And there's a double Deathrite Shaman. And we can start scrying away stuff. Golgari Charm. It's just going to be Temple of Malice to fix out the deck. And put this on the bottom so we get rid of one land here. I'm going to cast another Deathrite Shaman. Again, we could be running into a Detention Sphere. But if he has to use those on Deathrite Shamans, I'm okay with that. And plus we got the Golgari Charm anyway. Yep, Detention Sphere. That is fine. Because that will get Golgari Charmed away. On the end of his turn, probably. So I'm just going to Temple here, most likely. Yep, Temple, because... Put that on bottom, too. I will end up Golgari Charming in a turn to get those back. So, Sky Knight. Okay. Jeez, I kind of kill that Sky Knight. But I want my Deathrite Shamans back. As they can start wheedling him down. I'm going to go black, red, red. Yep, this one's the best one to use for Satyr Wayfinder. I'm probably not going to find any lands because I still do find a land. Which is good, I guess. Don't really need it at this point, but this allows me to actually... No, didn't get a spell there, so it's just one of the Deathrite Shamans I can attack in with. Or I could actually just leave it back. Should have actually used that. I'm going to attack him with both here. See if he wants to make a trade. He does not. He's down to a 17. And he's going to try to race me. So we're even at this point. I am worried about an Obsidian, which he can almost cast. But no play on his part. There's a Life Bane Zombie. So I'm going to be able to sneak a peek at his hand. And if I get Blood Baron or Obsidian, this is basically over here. As he's going to be Elspeth, Ultimate Price, Water, Grave. Do you know, I'm not too worried about an Elspeth at this point because he is on such a fast clock. So Mutavault, I could run the Satyr Wayfinder into a Mutavault, and I'm kind of okay with that. But at this point, I just believe it is going to be exiling his dudes. Well, see, the problem with Elspeth, no, he's going to drop Elspeth next turn. I'm going to Night Howler on the Life Bane Zombie and kill Elspeth, so I don't have to worry about that getting exiled. So I'm thinking that Satyr Wayfinder doesn't need to be thrown into the fodder right now. I don't have a land even exile here. Yeah. So too bad that Life Bane Zombie missed. Good news is, though, I know what's coming. So see if he actually ultimate price off the Life Bane Zombie. That's what he should do. Because if he doesn't this turn, I'm going to kill his Elspeth. So, you know, we're actually in pretty terrible shape with that Elspeth now that I think about it. So see if it comes down. Yep. Ouch. So Elspeth gets chucked out here. And we still have to find a way to deal with Elspeth. So I am going to exile the Ultimate Price. And see if we can draw on something big. Abrupt Decay doesn't do it. We can Abrupt Decay that Nighthawk. But at this point, I think it's just we need to get rid of tokens. Or Sky Knight, Nighthawk. I got the black sources. Is there anything that's me better than killing a Sky Knight? I mean, I could actually attack in, or kill one of these tokens attacking and put it Elspeth down one, but I don't think that's the right line of play. So what I'm going to do is I'm just Abrupt Decay on the Sky Knight. I could use that whenever. And then I can just put this into play tapped. And at least we can take out these soldier tokens or take some loyalty off Elspeth. And I kind of want to keep the Night Howler up just so I can somehow get a lot with the troll and slap on a lot with the troll. But yeah, it's just going to be way too difficult for me to get through this wall of Mutavaults and soldier tokens. But I still think it is. I'd rather than do 2 damage to him, and these don't do damage. If I could do damage directly, loss of life to Elspeth, I would. But loss of life cannot go to planeswalkers. It's just damage that can be redirected to planeswalkers. Yeah, Law of the Troll would definitely be the best draw. Unfortunately, we haven't seen them in this matchup. They're in here. Yep, just tack away at Elspeth. I'm sure he'll make the block on the Satyr Wayfinder. And I'll go ahead, chuck out a Night Howler. I don't know how great this play is. Now I'm really wanting those Gore Clans. See what he drew into. What shenanigans. Detention Sphere on the Night Howler. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be a bit difficult. I've got so many lands on the bottom, though, and I tried to another one. Damn these lands. Okay, Flesh Blood. Oh, that could do it. Put this on top. As we could exile a Night Howler onto a Deathrite Shaman. And then do the blood damage to his Elspeth. Because doesn't this read while it's in the graveyard, or does it not? It does. No, I guess that's not how it works. I was thinking that Night Howler was a... Yeah, maybe it has to be in play for it to actually read. For some reason I was thinking that oh, it's stars. Stars actually read when they're in the graveyard, and this one's actually a 0/0. So Fleshblood's not going to work with the exiling of a Night Howler. So my best move is to exile a maybe a Lifebane Zombie, and now I can't even attack in with these Deathrite Shamans. They're just going to be used to exile sorceries. Yeah, that sucks, because I need that Lifebane Zombie to live, and then next turn that Flesh Blood would have been awesome. But I think I'm going to get killed by an ultimate Elspeth. Yeah, he's just going to attack with Mutavaults here, I'm sure. Unless he drew into some more shenanigans. So I'm going to be taking 4 here. And probably dead next turn. Yeah, so that Flesh Blood was a bad keep. Well, I have to peg off Elspeth next turn. So it looks like we're going to be going to a game 3. Not too worried about this matchup. I'm probably the biggest critic of this deck that you'll ever find, because the mana is just terrible in in this deck. These run so many Mutavaults and so many double, like look, double white, white blue, white blue. They run a white black card. They run double black with Desecration Demons. A lot of times they run double black and double white with Obsidian, and they are just begging to be shut down by Mana Screw. So, anywho, that's my complaint about it. Every time I try to play this deck, this Esper Humans deck, that's exactly what happens to me. I'm holding an Attention Sphere with like white, black, black, and whatnot. I mean, I guess it gets more consistent now with the Scry Lens too, but then again, you're shocking yourself or allowing comes into play tap lands the entire time. So Zathard Necromancer comes out. Here I will just exile and Abrupt Decay. And is that the only? No, we have a Golgari Charm that we can do as well. So we got him down to an 11. And I will Flesh Blood Elspeth. Do 4 damage. So we get an exile target creature card from a graveyard. Gets plus X plus 1 equal to the power. The greatest we have in here, which is weird for my deck, is just a 3/1, which I will exile his. So we're going to Flesh and Blood. Let's see here. Lagging a little bit. So choose target creature card from a graveyard here to put counters on there to deal damage to him. And we can cast one more. So unfortunately, the Flesh Blood doesn't work this time, but we're going to be able to deal 4 damage to Elspeth and buy us some time. But I don't think it's going to get us there. So again, if it's any other creature, if we would have had a bigger creature milled, like if I guess I kept in the Desecration Demons, Elspeth would be dead, and we'd have a nice big fat Deathrite Shaman on the board on him in top deck mode. I mean, but at this point, he just might beat me down with 1/1s. But I'm okay with trying to survive that, with being able to exile creatures to mitigate or to gain some extra life. Yes, we'd like to redirect it. And now we can't ultimate. And hopefully we draw just a silly card off the top like another Golgari Charm. But even those Mutavaults are really good with the Necromancer. See what he does here. He probably just swings with everything. And I'll just block 2 of them. And take 4. Go down to a 6. And yeah, Golgari Charm's the best thing I could draw into. At this point, I will be exiling. I think the weakest card in my, just like a Night Howler's fine to gain some life. Or I guess I could have exiled to try to do some damage to him. Oh, geez, now a card that would be good against him with Flesh Blood. Ay, ay, ay. But, I mean, we can always top deck. I think we have another turn that we can top deck with this. Nemesis Immortals. So I got a Jared I could top deck into. Definitely going to be monstrositying this Nemesis Immortals. If I can survive. He swings for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can block the rest of it. Yeah, so I should be okay. Plus I can give me some life. So a one-time Jared is huge. Or another Flesh Blood. Those are my 2 outs. But he just decides to destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. I guess that is a way to yeah. Yeah, that's a way to stabilize, to get me off of a top deck. And do I just take enough here to die? Let's see, I can block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's game. Wait, I can block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He activates the other Mute of All, I'm dead. Alright, okay. On to the next game. And we got a Scavenging Ooze, which would have been okay, but I cannot race a Night Howler at this point. Again, I don't even think I care. I'm not going to try to go for the Elspeth. Maybe more Gore-Clan Rampagers come back in, because they are an answer to that shenanigans. And maybe I don't care as much about Abrupt Decay. Yeah, I don't think Abrupt Decay kills Detention Spheres, but I think Golgari Charms just plain better. I mean, these do kill the 3/1s, and they do kill Necromancers, but Necromancers, again, I think I just need to try to go over the top of him. So maybe even Cerberus isn't that bad. It gets all his stuff back's the problem. He's a heavy creature-based deck. It's certainly better than Whip. I'm just going to try a 1-of. We'll submit this. See if it gets us there. See if we can outrace the Elspeth. Or have some evasion to get there. Again, Lotlet Troll is a way to deal with Elspeth. Then Elspeth can protect herself. If I was really worried about Elspeth, again, these Abrupt Decays, I guess, could be Dreadbores. And kind of the reasoning I'm using Abrupt Decays is for Domri and Profit. And Dreadbores actually take care of both Domri and Profit. So I think I'm going to mess with my sideboard a little bit and include some Dreadbores in the side rather than just Abrupt Decays. And maybe just a 1 of Dreadbore and 2 Abrupt Decays. I do like the instant speed from Abrupt Decays. And the versatility of what it can hit. But a Dreadbore can hit like a Desecration Demon as well. So I definitely need to... Oh, geez. Okay, good. I did mulligan that. I'm like, okay, that was definitely a mulligan hand with the 1-land hand. This is a keepable hand, though. We got our all-star Mr. Lotlet Troll. No self-mill, but this is a decent... We got our huge win condition that's got us there with blood. And mortals if we have some way to, you know, kind of self-mill. But I'm definitely cool with this hand. I thought I said kept there for a second. Again, I'm extremely tired right here. Maybe I should be playing Magic when it's bedtime. But we can first turn Temple. And we definitely want this on top. More lands the merrier at this point. Unless we draw into a huge string of them. And next turn we can Lotlet Troll. And since I don't have any black source coming for quite a while, I think that Lotlet Troll, running Lotlet Troll maybe into a Doom... No, it can't do Blade or Ultimate Prices, so it should be okay. Alright, so he starts off with a Temple of his own. Which is good news for Mr. Lotlet Troll. Hopefully good news for Mr. Lotlet Troll. Expecting he will get in there for some damage, unless he just puts out a soldier here. No soldier, another land that comes into play tapped. Geez, it's tempting just to run out a Gore-Clan Rampager here. I'm going to shock myself, though, for the ability to regenerate my troll. And I'm liking the fourth land. I can just cast a Gorklan Rampager. Sky Knight here. It's going to shut my guy down for a turn. Annoying card. But yeah, I think I will shock myself again. No, we'll Grizzly Salvage here. I think that's a little more powerful. Let's do it right now. See what we can find. Lifebane Zombie is probably what I'm going to take. I mean, I could go for like a Gorklan Rampager if he taps out. But I'm thinking Lifebane Zombie is the most powerful card here. And we don't have to shock ourselves now. I mean, I could Blood off the Sky Knight, but we definitely want to use Blood as more of a win con. So pass it back to him. And next turn I'll be able to Lifebane Zombie. So let's try to outrace the Blood Baron. And now we also have 2 cards in the graveyard. And we can also discard this Gorklan if we want to put a counter on the Lotla Troll, depending on what he does. And that way we have 3 cards, and then we can cast the Nemesis Immortals for cheaper. But I mean, Nemesis is fine in our hand right now. I mean, we can just even ditch our Nemesis if we want to. But again, we have like this late game win con if he does try to win with an Elspeth again. And we'll be able to see next turn exactly what his game plan is with the Lifebane Zombie. So Spear of Heliod, he's going to try to race me, which I don't think is what he wants to be doing. So let me even do the math here. I might just be able to kill him on the spot by Gorklan Rampaging 6, 7, 8. We do 8. No, I need 1 more. If I draw a creature, I believe he's dead. And this I'll show you the explosiveness of this deck. So maybe Gorklan, right? 1, 2. That's puts up a 4-4, which puts him up to an 8-8, which does 16 with blood. Yeah, 1 more creature, he dies here. So let's cross our fingers for a creature. And we do have ways to cast both, right? Yes, we do have the mana for blood. 1, 2, 4, 8. And then the other one would be 9. 9 plus a blood would be 18. All right, so 1 time creature off the top. That is it. We actually win this. So what we're going to do is discard. And discard. And, geez, do we even have it just here? 1, 2, oh no, because we can't cast it both. Discard. Attack. Make sure I do the right mana. Blood Rush. Does 9 damage. Second main phase. Blood. Choose target creature you control to deal damage. Choose target creature play to be dealt damage. Kabam! So pretty awesome combo. This Jund deck is amazing. Let me know what you think in the comments. You saw 2 great. The Elspeth did shut us down, but you saw 2 amazing matchups with perfect draws. I would say, the 3rd turn Nemesis of Mortals, and as well as in this one, just the what turn was that? Let's look and see. Was that my turn 5? Turn 5, just obliterate him with the blood. So absolutely loving this deck. This is probably the deck I'm going to be taking to Vegas. I'm sure there's some holes with this deck, but this deck has a lot of awesome cards. I could always go Rakdos' Return in the sideboard. Again, the sideboard probably still needs to be messed around with, but I'm loving this deck. This is Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.